Hey folks, welcome back to Super Stock Bros. It's been a while since we've done a video, and today I'm going to show you what I've been doing recently and the way that I've learned to make this Road to a Million challenge become successful in a much shorter period of time. For example, I made $2,000 in 3 days on a Microsoft play. And I'll show you exactly how I did that, so stay tuned. Alright, back to business. So we were taking it slow and easy. There weren't going to be many frequent postings. I did mention this in the last video because I was going with a very slow play. It's been a while. I've accumulated some funds. I've added them to the accounts. And honestly, I think at this point I'm ready to venture out and do some more frequent plays just so that anyone that's watching can actually capitalize on some of these plays that I'm thinking about. We've upgraded our skill set. Now we're doing more than just cash secured puts and covered calls. We're also doing spreads. And we're trying to optimize how the spreads are going to get us our earnings and earn our way to that milli that we're looking for. Now, on the last time that we left off, I had an Etsy credit spread going at it, and that was fulfilled. We did actually make our full amount there, so we did get our 3K. And then we had an Airbnb cash secured put. It didn't actually get back up to the original play, but it was varying from 130 to 145, Airbnb was, and we were swinging it back and forth. So in our swing bullet, we did actually manage to get that full 20, which was very impressive. Now, we did have a play just recently, which I'm going to show you, where I ended up making about 2,000. I think it actually equaled out about 2,500, but then some commissions, knocked that down to about 2,100. So we got a pretty decent play of 8% on our full amount in 3 days. So remember, these hedge fund traders that are playing with big bucks, or otherwise the financial advisors that you usually deal with, are promising you about 8% a year. I made that in 3 days, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. This isn't a scam. I'm not trying to, rope you into a strategy that, might not work out for everybody, but I'll show you the risks that are involved with what I did. And at the same time, I'll show you this kind of play that you can do across many other plays. I'm going to be trying to do a video a day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post, maybe a Microsoft play or an Apple play. Very, very conservative, but with great returns still. So I'll show you that play in a moment. Onto our SPAC warrant bullet. Now this strategy, when I had created it, unfortunately it was during the bull era. Everything was going up. Warrants were going crazy on every single SPAC. Since then, SPACs have kind of died out, well, especially the SPACs that haven't found a partner company to onboard into the stock exchange. Those are kind of just sitting dormant. We suspected this might happen. This was always a risk. I said it from the very beginning, and unfortunately, IPOF didn't find a partner to the dance and has been slowly coming down. I think eventually they might find a partner, but right now the opportunity cost really isn't worth it, so I might actually dump it, surprisingly. And I'm going to turn this more into a credit spread account, which I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. And it's going to be very interesting. We're still going to have those gains. It was unfortunate that this strategy didn't work out, but hey, sometimes you have to move on. That's why you put in stop losses. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pull out. We're going to put that money to better use. And I'll show you exactly what we're going to do with that. And finally, on to the main portion that we're talking about here. What plays are we doing? What were we looking at? If we look back a couple of months, let's see exactly what we were saying that we should be doing, and we'll see how that reflected. So let's take a look at our plays tracker. I'm going to scroll up a little bit first and look at all the way back to April 20th, 420. That was a great day to post. So Tesla was $691. We said get in when it's 650 or lower. This is probably a good price, and it actually did drop down to 650 or lower after that. There was a big drop in May where you could have got into most of the stocks that you were looking at, and I hope you, but that would have been a great entry price. And right now it is, well, we'll see the price coming up soon. The next play was NEO. We said get into a price 35 to 40. This was absolutely correct. Again, we'll show you that. Airbnb, this was a miss. So what happened was the investors dropped their holdings, but I really do think that this is still a $500 long-term stock play. We'll see what happens after earnings coming up this week. It's going to be very interesting. I'm actually thinking that Airbnb is going to make a slow melt up to 200. And it's actually at a great price to pick up now, in my opinion. I do have the shares, but I bought it at a pretty high average. I think I have it about 175. So I'm a bag holder there. I'm holding on to it. I believe in the stock. I think eventually it's going to get into the S&P 500. And I think it is one of the recovery stocks that are still in the mix, but have been kind of suppressed because of the Delta variant and, well, other reasons. People are looking for earnings and guidance that will actually boost up the stock. And they might not get it this time. I think guidance is probably going to say something like, oh, the Delta variant is still a risk and a concern, and it might actually affect our earnings in the next quarter. And that's probably going to cause the stock to either probably come down about 5% or, you know, hold it down to lower levels unless the earnings are absolutely amazing, which they may be, because I don't know if anyone of you use Airbnb, but as a citizen of Ontario, I've tried to rent out many Airbnb spots, and almost all of them are booked up till the end of the year. It's crazy. Airbnb is probably getting a huge upsurge, and they've been very good to their clients. So, you know, supporting them, giving them funds during the harsh times. I think they've actually been a great overall, you know, you can look at it this way. They've been a great landlord. You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft, we said buy at 250 or lower. Oh my goodness, we were right about this. We'll get into that as well. That was a great time to pick up one of the best stocks in the entire world. And actually, it has worked out very well. This was a very low risk bet that would have made you a lot of money, and if had I known what I know now, I would have made a ton more all the way up. Palantir 22 or lower, this was still correct, even though Palantir is holding on to these levels. So what is it looking like now? What is Tesla now? It's 713. Remember, we said buy it at 650 or lower. Absolutely correct. It went up about 10%. NEO, we said buy around 35.40, and it was within that range. Went up to 45. It was actually up to 55 at 1.56. Airbnb, we said 170, 190. This was the one that we missed on because all of the shareholders dumped, unfortunately, and it's being held down by the Delta variant, but I still believe that is going to get up there. I'm still holding at 175. I have 150 shares. Microsoft, yep, 250 or lower, and now it went up 15% minimum. So, and it's going to keep going up. This is the most valuable stock in the world. They have connections on the private and in the public sector, and they're just going to, you know, keep going. Palantir, our price target is still 40, and I think they're going to get a lot of good news in their earnings call, but that's to be seen. And finally, let's review the play. Here's the play that we were looking forward to. So the Microsoft bull credit spread. So this is a put spread. And essentially what you need to do here, and I can explain this in future videos or in an upcoming course that we have. So for the credit spread, what you're doing is you're selling the leg that is a higher price and you're buying the leg that is the lower price. So what I did was I sold the 280 and I bought the 275. Okay, so in layman's terms, that basically means Microsoft couldn't fall below 280, and more specifically, if it fell below 275, I would lose the full amount of my wager, which was 50 contracts, so $25,000. But what I got credited for this bet is $5,500. Okay, so these are huge numbers. I scaled them up massively. So I risked $25,000 to get $5,500 off the bat. So technically, I'm only risking $19,500. And on top of that, I bought it on August 3rd and I sold out on August 5th. I only held it for 2 days, basically 2 days, and I made, so the difference between these two, 50 cents times 50 contracts, which is 5,000 shares, I made $2,500 in 2 days. Okay, so this is the kind of power I'm talking about. This is how we're going to scale up our account. This, you might think that's risky. Oh, they're risking $20,000. It's Microsoft. It's the most valuable stock in the world. It's the best company. They have thousands of employees, and on top of that, they have never missed. It's just a melt up, and the only time that I've really seen them come down very harshly is during COVID, where everything came down. So unless there's a huge bear market, this kind of play, I feel I'm very safe with it. I feel like I'm very comfortable. And not only that, I had many days. I had August 20th for this to fulfill. It's not even close to August 20th. And so I had so much time. So I really do think this play was a home run from the very beginning. The only reason why I cashed out early is because I got almost 50% of the entire play within 2 days. And usually that's a pretty good sign to just take your wins and then move on to the next play. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you the next play. So this has been a great update. I've been really looking forward to making this, and more so, I've been looking forward to a strategy that I can share with you all, so I can share my progress on a daily basis as opposed to a monthly or quarterly basis, which I had been doing because cash secured puts are a long-term strategy and it goes up very slowly. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. Hopefully a daily play. It might not be at this magnitude where I'm risking $20,000. It might be like $2,000 here and there. But I think this is a great way to share my journey with you all at a faster pace. So that's my goal. once again, really looking forward to getting back into it. The Road to a Milli challenge is going to be better than ever. We're going to be cutting the fat, we're going to be ditching the baggage, and we're going to get to a Milli as fast as possible. Every day you're going to see play trackers, you're going to see performance charts, and best of all, we're going to make those gains.